Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, welcome to second PUC accountancy online classes. Students, in the previous class we have solved problem number 8, correct? Now in today's class I will take up problem number 9, page number 131 of your question bank. 131, page number 131, problem number 9. I'll read out the problem. In the meantime we will analyze and then we will solve the problem. Okay? From the following information you are required to calculate investment turnover ratio. Remember friends, it is not inventory turnover ratio. Inventory means stock. Here investment, that is a capital employed, isn't it? Investment turnover ratio, then fixed assets turnover ratio, working capital turnover ratio, operating profit ratio, dividend payout ratio, book value per share. So there are some new things here. Let us start solving the problem. Your information is given. So normal things, that is revenue from operations, paid up capital is given, current assets given, operating profit, 13% debentures, general reserve, 10% preference shares. There are two types of capital here, equity capital and preference capital, right? So both comes under shareholders funds. Then current liabilities, plant and machinery, furniture, net profit after tax, that is PAT, profit after tax. Market price of share rupees 34. There are two types of quotings for a share, that is one is face value, then another one is market value. Market value is the price at which the security is traded in the stock exchange. That is what the market price is. Face value is the rate at which the company has initially issued to the public, isn't it? Initially offered to the public for subscription. That is face value. But nowadays companies having good reputation, they are not selling at rupees 10 rupee face value maybe, but they will sell at a premium, maybe 300 rupees premium, 200 rupees premium, like that, isn't it? In that way they practically they sell the shares at a higher price, isn't it? So that is market price and that is face value. Tax amounted to rupees 20,000. EPS is rupees 1.67. EPS, earning per share, isn't it? Yes, let us calculate investment turnover ratio. Investment turnover ratio, problem number 9, investment turnover ratio. Calculation of investment turnover ratio, that is investment turnover ratio, ITR. I'll write like this, isn't it? So ITR is equal to write the formula first, revenue from operations divided by capital employed. Revenue from operations this is the formula, divided by capital employed. What do we mean by capital employed? We have already dealt with this, isn't it? That is, capital employed is shareholders funds plus long term borrowings, isn't it? Non-current liabilities. Together we call it as capital employed, or we call it as net assets. Here is it given in the problem? Share capital plus reserves, isn't it? Then long term borrowings plus preference capital, equity capital, preference capital, reserves and long term borrowings, that is nothing but capital employed. So revenue from operations given in the problem, ITR is equal to 20 lakh is the revenue from operations given in the problem. Am I correct? Yes. Then that is capital employed is not given. Let us calculate capital employed. Capital employed is equal to right, equity capital plus preference capital plus reserves plus long term borrowings. Right? Yes. Now add these together, you will get 9 lakh. I wrote here what are the items that are to be taken, isn't it? ITR is equal to, therefore ITR is equal to, divide it and find out the final answer, 2.22 times, as it is turnover, isn't it? So 2.22 times. So that is how you have to solve this. Now let us move on to the second ratio, that is fixed assets turnover ratio. Fixed assets turnover ratio. Nothing is there, simply formula and substituting the figures, that's all. Nothing to teach here, isn't it? What to teach here? If new there is a word comes across, then I have to explain, that's all. So FATR is equal to fixed asset turnover is equal to net revenue from operations divided by net fixed assets. Net revenue from operations divided by net fixed assets. Net fixed assets. FATR is equal to fixed net revenue from operations. Net revenue means what? Revenue from operations minus returns, isn't it? That is sales returns. Then we will get net revenue from operations. Here there are no sales returns, so the amount given itself is the net revenue from operations, that is 20 lakh divided by net fixed assets. I think it is given in the problem, right? Is it given? No, it is not given. We have to take these figures, that is furniture plus plant and machinery. Net fixed assets is equal to furniture plus plant and machinery, right? Yes, add it together and write the amount. That is 8 lakh. That is furniture how much? 5 lakh and plant and machinery 3 lakh. Total 8 lakh. Write it. Now find out the final answer. Therefore, FATR, fixed assets turnover ratio, is equal to 2.5 times, I think, right? 2.5 times. 2.5 times. Yes, that's all. Second ratio is done. Now moving on to the third one, working capital turnover ratio. Point C, working capital turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio. That is working capital turnover ratio. Now WCTR is equal to, what do you mean working capital? Working capital is current assets minus current liability, that is called working capital, isn't it? And working capital turnover ratio, turnover means what? Revenue from operations, sales, isn't it? Very simple, see. So write the formula, net revenue from operations divided by working capital. Net revenue from operations, revenue from operations, operations divided by working capital, working capital, isn't it? Right here, working capital is equal to current assets minus current liabilities, current liabilities. Now substitute the figures. You know the net revenue from operations, isn't it? How much it is? 20 lakh, 20 lakh. Therefore, working capital turnover ratio is equal to net revenue from operations, revenue from operations divided by net revenue from operations divided by working capital, that is current assets minus current liabilities. Yes, that is 4 lakh minus 2 lakh 50,000. 4 lakh minus 2 lakh 50,000. Therefore, WCTR is equal to net revenue from operations, that is current assets minus current liabilities. I wrote over there and I have written the figure here. So 20 lakh divided by 1,50,000. 20 lakh, isn't it, divided by 1,50,000. Simplified. Therefore, WCTR is equal to final answer, isn't it? So, is it 12.5? 13.33, I am sorry, 13.33 times. 13.33 times. Third one over. Now moving on to the fourth one. Fourth ratio, what it is? Operating profit ratio, right? Operating profit ratio. Profit ratio, that is operating profit ratio, OPR. OPR is equal, write the formula first. OPR is equal to operating profit divided by revenue from operations into 100. Operating profit, whether it is given in the problem, I think operating profit is given. Operating profit divided by net revenue from operations, isn't it? What's the revenue from operations or net revenue from operations? Operations into 100, or one more formula is there. Operating profit is equal to 100 minus operating ratio. OPR is equal to 100 minus operating ratio. Operating ratio. Operating ratio. 100 minus operating ratio. If operating ratio is given in the problem, then it is very easy for us. 100 minus operating ratio, we will get OPR, isn't it? Very simple. Let us extend here and solve here. Yes, let us continue. Operating profit, what is given in the problem, is it 1,60,000? Yes, it is 1 lakh. No, it is 16 lakh. I am sorry, 16 lakh it is, divided by 16 lakh divided by revenue from operations, that is it 20 lakh? Yes, it is 20 lakh into 100. into 100, that is OPR. Therefore, OPR is equal to, calculate now, I think it is 80%. 80%, yes it is. Fourth one is done. Now, moving on to the fifth one, point E, dividend payout ratio. Dividend payout ratio. DPR, dividend payout ratio. DPR is equal to, I'll write the formula first. Dividend per share divided by EPS. Dividend per share divided by earnings per share or EPS. Earning per share, that is EPS, isn't it? That is what the formula is. Earning per share, whether it is given in the problem, market price is given, yes, EPS is given in the problem, 1.67, right? So our work is very easy now. How to calculate dividend per share? Dividend per share, 13% debentures, it is not dividend, it is interest. Debentures, borrowed fund, long term what? Borrowings, isn't it? So we need dividend here. Dividend will be given on that is shares, isn't it? So market price is given, then net profit after tax is given, tax amount is given, isn't it? How to calculate dividend per share now? See, dividend will be declared from the profit only, net profit. But net profit after tax is given, right? So PAT is given in the problem, net profit after tax. This is the amount available for distribution among the shareholders. But there is preference share, am I correct? So you have to give priority to the preference shareholders. You have to pay the interest on the preference shares first. Then whatever remains, that should be distributed among the equity shareholders. So what is the net profit? 1 lakh. 1 lakh minus dividend, or that is interest paid to preference shareholders. How much it is? It is given in the problem. That is 10% preference shares, 2 lakh. 10% means how much? 2 lakh into 10%, it comes to 20,000, correct? So total PAT, profit after tax, minus dividend 20,000, correct? How much remains? 80,000. That is the amount available for distribution among equity shareholders. That is how we have to calculate this. Let us solve. Dividend per share is equal to, right here only, dividend per share is equal to PAT, profit after tax, isn't it, minus preference dividend divided by number of equity shares. Am I correct? Number of equity shares. That is what you have to do here. Is equal to PAT, how much it is given in the problem? 1 lakh. Am I correct? Yes, 1 lakh minus preference dividend. I told you it is let us show here, 2 lakh into 10%. This should be deducted. Am I correct? Divided by number of equity shares. How much it is? 5 lakh is the share capital, equity share capital, paid up capital, and face value is 10. That means 50,000 shares, right? 50,000 shares. How much remains? Here 20,000. So 80,000 here remains, divided by divided by 50,000. 50,000, right? 50,000. So how much it is? Divided by number of equity shares, 50,000. Yes, it is. So 1.6 it is. Is it correct? 1.6 per share. Per share. Let me extend here. Now let us substitute the figures in the formula so that it will be very clear now. Already we have calculated how much is the dividend per share. We got the answer, isn't it? 1.6. Now PAT divided by, sorry, not PAT, it is EPS. What is the formula? Dividend payout ratio is equal to dividend per share. Per share already calculated. Then earnings per share, isn't it? That is what you have to do here. Earnings per share is given in the problem 1.67. So therefore DPR is equal to dividend payout ratio is equal to dividend per share, that is 1.6 divided by earnings per share 1.67 given in the problem. Therefore DPR is equal to how much? How much? 0.96. 0.96. This is what we have to do. But in your book, the answer given is 0.59. I don't know how it is. Maybe 0.95 something it comes while writing. Instead of 95 wrote, I think, instead of 59 wrote 95. I don't know, but this is the answer. Let us move on to the last ratio of this problem, that is book value per share. Correct. Book value per share, point F. Book value per share. Is equal to, book value per share is equal to, write the formula, equity shareholders fund divided by number of equity shares. Equity shareholders funds divided by equity shares. Number of equity shares. Number of equity shares. Now substitute the figures in the formula. That is book value per share is equal to, book value per share is equal to, right here, equity shareholders funds means what? Equity share capital plus reserves and surplus, general reserve. Am I correct? General reserve. So add it together, 5 lakh plus 1 lakh plus 1 lakh, 1 lakh divided by that is number of equity shares. How many? 50,000, right? 50,000. 5 lakh divided by 10. Face value is 10. Capital is 5 lakh. So 5 lakh divided by 10 face value is equal to number of equity shares, that is 50,000. Therefore BVPS is equal, value per share is equal to how much? Rupees 12. Rupees 12 per share. 12 per share. This is how you have to solve a problem of 12 marks, right? Yes. Now take down assignment. Solve the same problem. Solve the same problem, problem number 9, and submit it as your assignment. Submit assignment on time. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.